today we have a reading that strongly involves a female, a divine female, and a divine male. There could be two. So we see in these cards that start off the reading, we see Selkies having to do with healing, Amun-Ra with creation, Isis, faith, and wisdom. But I feel that there has been an issue here in the collective where somebody is either healing from an emotional wound and or both an emotional and physical wound. Selkies she is a goddess, a scorpion goddess, and she could give life and take life away. She was known as the goddess who gives breath. She protected people from venomous snake bites and scorpion bites. She could heal and injure. She was also responsible, or not responsible, but aided in protecting Ra as he traveled through the afterlife, and eventually Amun-Ra was amalgamated into one great god. Amun, based in Thebes, was originally associated with air and wind and the non-visible aspects of creation, and Ra was a sun god identified with protection, creation, and power. So Ra would travel through the afterlife, and Selkies would protect him from the serpent Apophis. And then we have Isis, who was the mother of Horus, and she protected her baby Horus alongside Selkies protecting Horus with her 7 scorpions. She protected Isis and Horus. Isis is a mother fertility figure who encompasses great magic, and she was also associated with seafarers. So many people, whomever in the collective that this reading resonates with, might also be healing, going through a healing journey, might be actually taking a journey after this situation clears itself up. Now, before I get into more depth in the reading, I'd like to explain that the meaning of the word God in hieroglyphics symbolizes the instrument through which a force that is not visible manifests itself, revealing its nature through occurrence or through the occurrence of its effects, like how this invisible force affects people, reveals the strengths that it is willing to bestow upon the people. And I'm going to incorporate a guardian angel reading here. And when the Jewish mysticists identified the 72 angels of the Shem HaMephorash, the guardian angels, extracting them from Exodus, it was explained that the angels were representative of aspects of God. And in the Bible, and many areas of the Bible, Genesis is an example, the word Elohim, Elohim, is used to describe God and all angels associated with God. God, Elohim, suggests that God is being defined in the plural, as in God is many gods, or God functions on many levels, but there is a pluralized idea or aspect to God's nature. So that's why I tend to look at all of these forms and deities as representing aspects of God bestowing his energy upon us, the earth, his healing powers, his punishment powers, and his powers of rewards, etc. So please pay attention. Whomever this reading is associated with is going through a period where they have and need healing, and there's going to be the idea and desire for a new beginning. And with Isis in the mix, there is a desire for faith and wisdom. Somebody is losing their way or questioning their way right now. And there is this desire for justice. So the other cards in this reading, hopefully I'm not going too far, is when I asked about the healing, I got the 5 of Cups from Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck, or thought deck, and we get disappointment. So somebody's gone through a very huge disappointment, but this is in the past, and they're still looking towards the past. And in the future, or in the current state, we've got the 3 of Cups, abundance, in combination with Amun-Ra, creation. So somebody here has it within themselves to bring their skills to the table, their talents, their abilities. They can draw on the energy of the divine, their connection to the divine, and all the gifts that they've been given in order to move themselves out of this period of disappointment. However, moving into the future, there is the Eight of Swords here. They are feeling blocked in. They're feeling as if they can't move forward. Almost as if I'm getting the sensation here that it's usually people look at the Eight of Swords like it's self-imposed. But in this situation, I'm sensing that somebody here has got external forces putting them in this situation, kind of blocking them from moving forward. And I'm getting the sensation because with, Isis here, there is this, she inflicts justice where justice is necessary. So there's somebody here making this person that this reading resonates with feel as if they're trapped and they can't move forward and they can't utilize all their gifts and skills to move forward. See, another detail here of Selkis and her healing. There's two aspects. There's a dual nature associated with her. Birth, death, rebirth, death, venom, healing, poison, solutions. So also the person involved in this reading might have undesirable aspects of their personality that they need to rectify. And that could also be causing them to block themselves from moving forward because they haven't healed certain aspects of their personality just yet. And when I asked for more investigation as to what this Eight of Swords has to do with, we got 20, the Harvest card from the Green Witch Tarot. And this is closely associated with judgment. This is about reaping what you sow, being able to prosper in your life, but also having to reflect on a lot of the decisions that you've made. So somebody in the collective is kind of being placed at a standstill because they have to think about what they've done and what other people have done and what they're willing to fix and how they can move forward because they are ready for a transformation. I received the Queen of Cups in the past and then the Knight of Cups in the present. They are of the same suit, so they could be related. This could be the aspect of the Queen of Cups, meaning this reading is involving a divine female. And I also got her twice, and I'll get into that in a sec. She's looking to the past with the Five of Cups and Selkie. She's healing over some type of emotional wound. Something has happened here to make her feel a great deal of pain. And moving forward, she could have a son that wishes to move her forward, wishes for her to acknowledge what it is that she can accomplish, what her value is. But this could also represent an aspect of herself that is saying, you know what, I do want to move forward. I do want to let go of the pain of the past, but I'm just having a great deal of trouble doing that. And that's where we get the Four of Swords here. And the Four of Swords is about taking rest, reprieve, thinking things through, taking a moment here. And this is where our guardian angel, Hahel, kind of comes into the mix. And I'm going to explain this in one sec. Okay, I'm going to have to grab my notes because Hahel has a lot to do with justice, offering redirection, offering protection from slander, from enemies, helping the querent find their mission in life, helping individuals figure out what their life person is, and helping someone reduce stress. This is an angel of missionaries, which shows me that whomever this reading is about, you're moving forward. You've got gifts from God here. You've got a greater purpose, and you have to take a time out because there is something that's come against you, whether it be yourself or other people making you doubt yourself. And that's something that this angel is about. It's about protecting you from the enemies that wish to bring harm upon you through slander. You're being forced to think things through. So you've got a Knight of Wands here coming in, and this card, Four of Swords, of truce, of trying to make peace. But this Knight of Wands is very defensive and is represented by the Three of Athames. You're reconsidering going back to a situation that might not be healthy for you. So you're really being told right now that you've got to heal from the past, question who you are and what mistakes you've made, and stay calm and charter through and protect yourself from whatever it is that you feel is disturbing your peace. You need to move forward.